Hello everyone. Today we will be learning about the present perfect tense, and in this video you will find detailed information about how we use and form the present perfect tense. We use present perfect tense to talk about a single or repeated action which was completed at an unspecified past time and connected to the present. What do I mean by this? Number one, the action should be finished in the past, but we don't know when it was finished. Number two, it still should be connected to the present. For example, he has decorated his bedroom. It looks great. In this example, we know that he has decorated his room sometime in the past, but it's not specified. We don't know when he has decorated his room. So it happened sometime in the past. The action is finished, but we don't know when it happened. And when we say it looks great, it's still connected to the present because it still looks great. I have been to several countries in South America. Again, in this example, you went to a few countries in South America sometime in the past, but we don't know when you were there. And since this is an experience, it's still connected to the present. We also use the present perfect tense to talk about an action in a time period that is still continuing. I have learned a lot of new things today. Since you're talking about the day you're in, the time period is still continuing, so you should be using present perfect tense. The same rule can be applied to Gina has known the people in the band for a long time. She met these people, she has known them for a long time, and that time period again is still continuing. That's why you need to use the present perfect tense. Another usage of the present perfect tense is to talk about an event that started in the past and continues up to the present, especially with since and for. For example, Mary has loved chocolate since she was a little girl. So, loving the chocolate started in the past, which is when she was a little girl, and she still loves chocolate. The action still continues up to the present, and we use present perfect tense as you can see in the example. I haven't eaten anything since yesterday morning. So the last time you ate something was yesterday morning. So not eating, the action not eating started yesterday morning and it still continues. You still haven't eaten anything since yesterday morning. And they have had this car for 2 years. They bought the car 2 years ago, and for 2 years they have had this car. In all these three examples, the action started in the past and the actions still continue up to the present. So we use the present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is frequently used with adverbs. Now I will be giving you more information about how we use the present perfect tense with these adverbs. The first one is just. We use just for very recent activities, the activities that were finished very recently. They have just won a prize, so they're very pleased. It means that they won the prize very recently. The action finished sometime very close to now, so that's why they're still very pleased. The next one is yet. We use yet when we're expecting something to happen. It is normally used with negative sentences and questions, and it's usually placed at the end of the sentence. For example, has it stopped raining yet? You are expecting the rain to stop, and you're expecting this in a question form. You're asking a question here. As you can see, yet is placed at the end of the clause, the sentence. Another example can be, I haven't watched the new Tom Cruise movie yet. Again, you want to watch the movie, but up until now, you didn't do this action. That's why we use yet in negative sentences and in questions, as you can see in the examples. Already is used when something has happened before now. To be able to use already, you have to finish the action before now. The action should be done before now. For example, I have already drunk 3 cups of coffee this morning. In this example, you're trying to say, up until now, I have had 3 cups of coffee. I have already had 3 cups of coffee this morning. The action is finished. The action happened before now. Jennifer has already filled in her application form. Again, in this example, we're trying to say that Jennifer has filled in her application form before now. We talked about since and for at the beginning of the video, but now I will be giving you more information about how to use since and for. We use since to refer to the beginning of a time period. In other words, to talk about the starting point of an action, the starting time of an action. And we use for to refer to the length of the period. What do I mean by the length of the period? We use for to talk about the duration of an action. For example, I have taught in the school for a long time. Do you know when I started teaching in the school? No, the information is not given here, but you know that I have taught in the school for a long time. You know the length of the period, you know the duration of the action, but the starting point of the action is not specified here. Alice has been married for 10 years. Again, in this example, the starting point of the action is not specified. You are only given the length of the period, which is 10 years. But when I say I have been here since yesterday, but John has been here for 5 days, you can see both of the adverbs in one sentence. In the first half of the sentence, which is I have been here yesterday, yesterday is the starting point of the action. I came here yesterday, so since yesterday I have been here. But John has been here for 5 days. Do you know when he came? Do you know when he came here? Is it specified here? No, it's not specified. We don't know that. It's not expressed in the sentence. You only know that he has been here for 5 days, and 5 days is the duration of the action. I felt much better since I opened the window. Again, you started feeling much better when you opened the window. And since you opened the window, you have felt much better. So opening the window is the starting point of the action. Ever and never are the last 2 adverbs we use with the present perfect tense. We use ever in questions and negative statements, negative sentences, to talk about whether an event has or hasn't happened at some time in the past. If you're trying to learn whether I have been to Russia or not, you say, have you ever been to Russia? You're trying to learn more about my experiences because being in Russia is an experience. Or you can say, have I ever lied to you? As you can see, ever is used mostly in questions. The next one is never. Never is used for something that hasn't happened. We usually use never in positive sentences, but it gives us a negative meaning. So please remember that never is used in positive sentences in terms of structure, but the meaning is negative. Let's take a look at the examples. Frank has never been to Jamaica before. Here, as you can see, in terms of structure, the sentence is a positive sentence, but since we use never, we get the negative meaning, which means he hasn't been to Jamaica before. They have never taken the SAT exam before. Just like in the first example, the sentence is a positive sentence in terms of structure, but since we use never, we understand that the action has not happened, which is they have never taken the SAT exam before. So just a little reminder, the rule is have or has, depending on the subject of the sentence, plus verb 3. Thank you for listening to me. I hope it was helpful. See you next time.